The New York Knicks lose to the Oklahoma City Thunder 113 to 112. Little post game live here for you guys. The podcast is going to be tomorrow at 9:30. Wanted to push it back tomorrow so we can just talk over everything. But tonight we wanted to focus on this game. And Chris is nice enough to join me during this post game. It was a tough loss. I got a lot to say off my chest right off the bat. But Chris, I guess I'll start, man. Jalen Brunson hits a tough basket with 5 seconds left to go in the game. This man, what does he have to do to get a call in the NBA? I don't understand. Did you know that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has 200 more free throw attempts than Jalen Brunson on the season? 200 more free throw attempts for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the season. I just wanted to start off with that. He should have been at the line shooting free throws. He got absolutely demolished by, who was it, Chet? It shouldn't have even come to that Shai shot. Maybe he still hits it, and then it's a tie game, and then we're going into overtime again. But I'm upset. Chris.
Yeah. That was one of the most frustrating plays of them all. Like you said, Chet, and I think even Lou Dort jumped right into Brunson, and no call. And it was maybe 4 plays down the stretch where you could have called a foul at any point on those Brunson shots. So it was a frustrating loss. I don't know what like you said, what does it take for Jalen Brunson to get calls? He's an all-star, he's a bona fide superstar at this point. Probably a lot to get an all NBA bid, but he doesn't get those all-star calls for whatever reason, man.
I don't understand it. The dude is on the floor. He's getting whacked. Call the freaking foul, bro. Call the foul. And look, this game was, the Knicks missed a ton of free throws. The Thunder missed a ton of free throws as well. I just wanted to open up saying this game shouldn't have even come to that. We should have been into overtime. Jalen Brunson should have been at the line, and it stinks. But what are you going to do, man? This was the tough loss, 113 and 112. And, of course, SGA was the man hitting that last shot, and he didn't even come into the game until 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Thunder took the lead simply because the Knicks bench, they can't sustain a lead. Jalen Brunson went out, and then you had the Thunder went on this crazy run. Jalen Williams, what's his name? Josh Giddey now has all of his triple doubles against the New York Knicks, which is of course. Right.
Well, of course. I think the last 3 times he's played against the Knicks, he's got a triple double, which was insane. But I think at one point they showed a graphics, and it was Josh Giddey last 12 points. Had 13 points at the time in the fourth quarter. 12 of them came in the fourth at that point in time. So it was crazy. Giddey and Jalen Williams, we just had no answer down the stretch for these two guys, which was frustrating.
It gets me upset. The Brunson thing, the whole Brunson situation. SGA has 200 more free throws than Jalen Brunson, guys. 200 more free throws than Jalen Brunson. You mean to tell me that's... come on now. And he should have been at the line. Look, this is now back-to-back losses, back-to-back heartbreaking losses for the New York Knicks. The Spurs game was brutal. Tonight's game, it was looking great until that stretch in the fourth quarter. And obviously, we're going to talk about the bench here in a bit, but it's honestly frustrating. As soon as the Knicks can take a stranglehold on the third seed again, we lost. Now we're 44 and 30. This was a big game in Madison Square Garden. We were in control for a majority of this game, but the Oklahoma City Thunder 38 fourth quarter points. Hit some of these comments, Chris. Noah says refs suck, bro. Him 272 for real. Jay, what's going on in the chat, man? S550, back-to-back heartbreaking losses. It's getting frustrating to watch. Yeah, man, back-to-back frustrating losses, man. What's going on, S550? Chico, Brunson just doesn't get calls at times. I'm convinced. It's crazy. Johnson, DiVincenzo shot too many threes. Yeah, we can talk about that. Your name gets to the line, not the play itself. Brunson should be getting to the freaking line. He should be getting to the line more than he is getting to line. He's He's what is he 11th in the NBA in free throw attempts, Chris, and he's just look, he's not being respected by the NBA refs, and I don't know, I honestly don't know what else to do at this point. I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean,
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, for whatever reason, some stars get all the calls, but when it comes to Jalen Brunson, you'd figure he's a smaller player, getting bumped left and right against taller players, that he'd get more calls. For whatever reason, he just doesn't get it, and it's mind blowing,
yeah,
especially when it's so blatant.
yeah, yeah, man. It's frustrating. Look, man, I'm frustrated. Noah says that the Knicks still third seed. No, we're not. We're number 4. Lynette, what's going on? It's kept Brunson too long on the bench, but they are also too rusty with their free throws and make me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
The Knicks made us forget for a while what it felt like to miss clutch free throws, right? I haven't talked about it in a minute. We haven't really talked about it. And tonight brought back some memories that I didn't want to get back. Like, because we know sometimes the Knicks can go through these free throw stretches. And what do they miss? Like 7 free throws in that fourth quarter? But, Thunder missed a lot of free throws too, Chris. So, but yeah, Lynette, it's just, these free throws killed us too. And especially in that fourth quarter.
Yeah. I mean, Brunson had 4 missed free throws himself, which
Yeah.
not something you see, all the time. But like you said, it was something that we got accustomed to seeing early on in the season with the Knicks, and they kind of cleaned things up. Things were going well until basically tonight, where the Knicks missed, they shot 23 of 34 from the free throw line. And that, in a 1-point loss, is huge.
67%. That's not good.
That is huge.
That's not good. And, okay, how do we get to this point? Alec Burks, Bogdanovich, 5 points from Bogdanovich, 5 points for Burks. Burks, I thought he was like okay tonight, but Bogdanovich, look, we have no bench right now. I mean, Mitchell Robinson was ruled out due to his injury for his foot. Hopefully he's good. But these non-Jalen Brunson minutes, Chris, when Jalen Brunson is off the court, the New York Knicks struggle to score. Miles McBride, another 46 minutes from Miles McBride. I mean, you're asking a lot from these guys. 19 points from McBride, and I thought right there at the end, he could have tipped it in. Oof, Dante, I see a couple of comments in the chat. Dante was off tonight. Yeah, Dante was absolutely off tonight. Dante had a great look from the corner, and 4-16 from 3 from Dante. My question to you, Chris, do you care that he keeps chucking these threes, 4-16 from 3? Great look in the corner in that fourth quarter. Could have not sealed the deal, but solidified maybe another win. But 4-16 from 3, 4 of 18, just not. I don't think the versus Spurs too, he was off. Let me just double check. Do you care about that?
I don't care about it too much, because in my opinion, he's one of the guys that I want shooting the 3-point shots. Yeah. That's his bread and butter. That's what he does. And look, I thought he was going to hit it, man. When he got that ball back, he shot that 3 late. I thought that was going in. Again, like you said, Deuce McBride had a chance to tip it in. It just didn't go our way for whatever reason. But I do agree, Dante did take some wild shots down the stretch that I didn't really agree with. But you got to live with that, man. That's Dante's game, and that's what he does.
Dante was 1 of 10 in the first half opening this game. And look, I misspoke. He was 6 of 12 from 3 versus San Antonio. Only took 13 shots. Just one of those games, guys. One of those, off games from Dante. One of those off games from Dante. And he was if he's open, he's going to shoot it. And most of the time, those are going in, right? Especially when we're missing a lot of these guys. We're missing an offensive punch. Dante DiVincenzo is pretty much your go-to second scorer, right? I mean, you have Brunson, and then it's Dante. And then Hartenstein with another amazing game. But like Chris said, I want Dante to shoot, because you kind of want to lessen the load out of Brunson. And Brunson, I'm just so upset by that last freaking.
Yeah.
I'm upset, man.
I know, man. I wanted this win.
This dude got hacked, bro. He went up for a freaking layup, fell on the floor, got bumped by like 2 defenders, and you don't call a foul? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
It's rough, man. I wanted this win badly. And look, Knicks came into the fourth. We had a 10-point lead. But again, the no Brunson minutes, we got to figure something out because for whatever reason, as soon as he gets out, the other teams just go on a run. There's no answer, and we're just basically just waiting till the game gets tied for Brunson to come back in and work again. Like they need to figure something out.
But no update. We got an update before the game about Julius Randle and OG Anunoby, and it's one of those updates, but not really an update. It's the same thing. It's the same song and dance with them. We'll talk more about them in depth tomorrow, but it's not looking good about, their situation. Randall is still, playing, not playing, but shooting before the games, doing everything it takes to get on the court. OG Anunoby still hasn't taken contact. So, yeah. Just Knicks has missed like 6 points. I think it was more than that. Just Knicks. What's going on? Jack City, this one sucks. Dante was off tonight, which killed us. Deuce was great again. Deuce and Hartenstein. I don't want to overlook Hartenstein because especially in that first half, Hartenstein, especially in that third quarter, I wrote it down here. I think it was the third quarter where Hartenstein was absolutely his passing skills, Chet is, runner-up for Rookie of the Year. That's probably going to go to Wemby. But Hartenstein had Chet in check this whole game. I mean, Chet didn't play majority of the second half, came in late fourth quarter. That was due to Hartenstein just manhandling him. You could tell Chet needs to put on like 40 pounds at least. And Hartenstein was he was running circles around this guy.
Yeah, iHeart's looking really good out there, man. And I thought Chet was going to bring it. I thought he was going to be a problem just like Wemby was for us, but iHeart kept him on lock, man. Chet had a quiet game. He was 2 for 8, had five boards, which is insane for someone being that damn tall. But yeah, man, iHeart should definitely get some praise for that, man, because what more can you say about iHeart at this point? 17 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists.
He's awesome. He's awesome. And right now we're dealing with still, a bunch of injuries. So, he's awesome. And this game, the thing about this game that stings is that it was right there for the taking. If you have a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter, you have to win that game. And I think the Knicks are actually Mike Breen said it in the broadcast, like they're like 32-2 or something with heading into the fourth quarter with the lead. But credit to OKC, man. Jalen Williams, stud, man. This guy's gonna be a superstar. That's someone that you would throw an OG Anunoby at and kind of just turn off his water a little bit. Knicks had no answer for Jalen Williams. Yep. They tried putting hard on him, and just you can't teach size, right? You can't teach size. And Giddey was going after Dante on the offensive end and getting to his spots. So look, OKC, one of the best teams. I think they're now number 1 in the Western Conference. Yep. So it wasn't going to be easy, but it wasn't easy. And we should have won this damn game. These referees. But.
Look, overall, this was a great game. It was a back and forth game, fast paced, good defense on both ends. Some bad free throw shooting, again, on both sides. But like you said, I still felt the Knicks, well, you saw it. The Knicks had chances to put this game away, and they didn't get that clutch shot to go down, man, late. And it's frustrating, frustrating when getting
and one. That should have been a freaking and
one. Another and one situation. Yeah, exactly. So that's the most frustrating part about this. But again, when you look at that free throw, missing 11 free throws is insane. That's the game right there. That's the game. You cannot miss 11 free throws.
Yeah, man, and it's look, versus San Antonio Spurs, Knicks got the crappy end of the stick. They took 12 free throw attempts. Wembanyama took 12 by himself. Tonight, look, I don't want to seem like I'm complaining a lot. Like, that's what I seem like I am doing, complaining a lot about these referees. But you got to call it out, man. You got to call it out. It's terrible. It's terrible officiating, and it just stinks. It is what it is at this point. But S550 says now Miami and Sacramento are our next 2 games, and the Bucks on the 7th and the Celtics on the 11th. Definitely needed these last 2 games. This is what made this game so important. I'll actually be in the building in Miami. I'm going to that game. That should be fun. Hopefully they can win with me in the building. I'll be
Let's
in there.
go.
So,
You got to put on that Knicks chain.
oh yeah, me and my wife will be up in there. But Knicks chain, Knicks hat, I'll be all nicked out. Knicks Nation will be up in Miami. But yeah, man, this is what these made these last two games so important. Miami is playing well. Sacramento, we can get Sacramento. I mean, we can get Sacramento. Bucks, Celtics. I mean, this is what stings. This is what makes this game stings. And Jalen Brunson's sister just tweeted, "I can't wait to see this 2-minute report." That's I can't wait to see it either. Hold on, let me bring up. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know
Chris.
if I want to see it, but I'll tell you what, man. The way that the Knicks are playing, like again, tough loss late, but the Knicks are playing well still. So I still like our chances against Miami and Sacramento. They're gonna be tough, man, but I still like our chances. We're playing very well. Like you said, it might seem like doom and gloom at the moment, but you know, we're all right.
Sorry, because I got to make you super small right next to me so I
Man,
can
I'm over
share
here
my
shrinking.
screen. My bad, my bad. But yeah, taking a look at this schedule. Well, this is Dante's game log. All right, somebody asked, are we in the 3rd seed now? No, we are back in the 4th seed. Half a game behind Cleveland. Cleveland still has a tough West Coast trip, so the 3rd seed is still obtainable. 3rd seed is still very much obtainable. Knicks are 44-30. They're a half game behind Cleveland. And don't forget, we still own that tiebreaker against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we've lost our last 2 now. Tough losses, to say the least. But look, what do we have? Like 8 games left in the season. So it's, look, Randall, Anunoby, 8 games left in the season. You can pretty much not see them. We're not going to see them until the playoffs. You can pretty much ink that. I mean, we'll talk about that more tomorrow, but yeah, I mean, but it's getting late, and I think eventually we're going to lock up this 3rd or 4th seed, Chris. I don't think we'll jump to 5th. Do you see us jumping to 5th at all? There's a scenario where we can, but I don't see
I mean,
it.
look, it's a possibility nonetheless. It depends on what happens, right? But I think with the games we got upcoming, we should be all right. I mean, there are some tough games, but we do get Chicago 3 times,
Yeah.
So those are games we definitely got to go out and win. I know they've been playing well too over there, but we got to get those. And I think if we take care of those teams, get one in Miami or Sacramento, take care of our business against Chicago, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, for the 3rd seed, or
Yeah.
where do you think we finish at the end of the day? Season ends. The Knicks are where?
I still think the Knicks are going to get that 3 seed.
Yeah, so do I. All right, hit some of these more comments in the chat. Dainty, what's going on? I was asleep. What happened? Dainty, come on. Come back to us, Dainty. Come back to us, Dainty. It was a tough loss, to say the least. Brunson got fouled at the end. Should have been at the line. But unfortunately, SGA hits an amazing shot. Wasn't a factor all game, to say the least. Yeah. Wasn't doing anything. Shout out to Deuce. Had him on lock all game, right?
Yeah.
So
Shy had a quiet. I think he had like 19, but it was quiet. And then
quiet.
A really clutch shot there at the end. Turnaround jumper with Deuce, I think, right on him. Just drained it. We couldn't answer back. Brunson got a good look too with 1.8 seconds left in the game, but just couldn't hit it. Just rimmed off, and that's all she wrote.
TA says, not a Josh Hart fan. Jay, they're not coming back. TA, why aren't you a Josh Hart fan? Josh Hart, I think he had one of those Josh Hart games, and he's been playing. Look, he's not going to give you 20, 25 points. That's not what Josh Hart's going to give you. He's going to push the pace. He's going to grab every single rebound, which he has been doing. The best rebounding guard in the NBA. And he's just going to give you, speed, running fast breaks, and pushing the pace. So tonight I didn't think Josh Hart had a bad game.
I don't think he had a bad game, but I did feel he was a little bit off defensively. He was getting the boards and whatnot, but
he was getting cooked.
His presence defensively just wasn't the usual Josh Hart effort, and that got me frustrated too. Because, like you said, he was getting cooked, man.
Yeah, he was, and like you said, you can't teach size, man. Big Taz, happy Easter. Happy Easter to every single one of you as well. It stinks that we couldn't get the victory tonight, but look, Warren, what's going on? Talk about Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about all the injuries more in depth during the live stream tomorrow. What Warren says why Jericho Sims wasn't playing, he would have helped hard out. I don't, it's Thibs, man.
Yeah.
Thibs is not, especially this late in the season. I know Mitchell Robinson wasn't available tonight, but Hartenstein was playing so well, and I thought Precious gave us some solid minutes too. So, yeah. And the Knicks went on a short rotation tonight. So,
yeah, I thought Precious gave really good minutes out there. He's amazing to have as the backup at this point in time, playing that kind of backup 4 minutes, like, giving Josh Hart some rest. But I don't see Jericho Sims being a factor really or helping us out too much. But, it's getting late, and Tibbs is getting to that point where he's just going to go with those guys that he trusts 100%,
Yeah.
So I don't see Jericho fitting in at any point in this game, to be honest.
Yeah. So, look, Jalen Welling killed us 17 first half points for OKC. Yeah, I mean, look, man, it's one of those tough losses at home. There's not more you could say. Said my piece about the NBA refs. This game was kind of like slowly, methodically transpiring, and it was just a slowly paced game in the first half, and then second half is when it actually picked up. Look, at the end of the day, I'm sure the guys are not going to come up with excuses in the locker room. Just got to take the L and move on. We have some games here that are winnable, to say the least. Not really getting great information about the injury front with the guys, but we got to work with what we have, And at some point, those guys just I don't know, Chris. It's just like it's the same update. It's no update, but it is what it is. This is the team what we got, and
yeah,
it stinks.
I don't even know what to think anymore. I really thought OG would be back by now.
Yeah,
it's getting concerning, but like you said, we'll touch on that on the pod. But yeah, I can't front. I am a little bit concerned. And look, I always thought Julius was going to come back, at playoff time. I don't think the Knicks will risk it. But it sucks because JB needs some help out there, man. Because for whatever reason, Bogdanovic still can't figure it out. We need an offensive punch. We're missing another offensive punch just to kind of lighten the load on JB a bit.
What's your take on Burks and Bogdanovic? Bogdanovic, especially Burks' first game back from his shoulder injury.
I thought Burks was okay. Again, still not hitting his shots, but
yeah,
I like the energy, I guess. I mean, for whatever that's worth. But Bogdanovic, again, it's just I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Bogdanovic. He's there to score, and he's not really doing it. I know he was 2 for 4 tonight, but not what I expected, just not what I expected coming here to the Knicks. Figured he'd take a lot more shots, at least make a lot more shots, but I don't know, man. This was supposed to be the offensive punch that we were going to get, to fix these bench issues when Brunson leaves the court. And here we are, still with the same issue and it not getting better. You can't run Jalen Brunson out there the whole damn game, man. It's going to catch up eventually,
The thing about that is he's actually been, lately he hasn't been playing a lot of minutes. So the Knicks, they've kind of limited Jalen Brunson's minutes. I mean, these last 2 games, 35 minutes tonight. I mean, you take that, right? You take that any day of the week. And last game, we went into overtime. So they've been limiting his minutes, but he even got banged up tonight, got stepped on. Dude is a warrior, man. Gets banged up every time. But yeah, these non-Brunson minutes are a problem right now, especially when you have McBride staying in the game. And look, say what you want, but when you have guys, I mean, for McBride to continue to stay in the game and provide you what he's providing you, it's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I want to give credit to Deuce tonight. Was absolutely crazy. The defense on SGA tonight was absolutely amazing. I don't want him to get left over. But look, McBride with a good game. Brunson, look, did what he can. Willed us to what should have been victory, but at the end of
Yeah.
the day, it stinks. But
It does. And look, and then that's kind of my point, like you mentioned. It's 35 minutes for Brunson, but that's a hard 35 minutes on Brunson, man. When nobody else has it going, Devo is not really on. Josh Hart is out there, not really, can't really space the floor too much for you. I think those are tough for Brunson because he's getting beat up left and right, not getting calls. I
yeah,
just think if somebody was out there like Bogdanovich hitting those threes, like we expected him to, or even Burks for that matter, that kind of spreads open the floor, and then Brunson can work more without, getting killed. But yeah,
yeah, freaking refs, man. Freaking NBA refs. This should have been a Nick victory. This should have been a freaking Nick victory. We should have been going to Miami with a dub in third place in the Eastern Conference, but it is what it is. S550 says, is it smart to clear Randall this late in the season? And that's assuming he passes full contact. S550, we will talk about that tomorrow. We're doing a live stream tomorrow at 9:30. We'll talk about everything in depth. We normally do it Sundays, but wanted to react to tonight's game and focus on tonight's game. But tomorrow we will talk about everything. Hope to see you in there as well. But anything else you wanted to say before we head up on out here, Chris? This was tough.
the refs have to give Jalen Brunson some damn respect, man.
Freaking zebras. I
Yeah,
feel like burning a zebra jersey in my backyard right now. Burning an NBA, going to Foot Locker and getting an NBA referee, taking a jersey from them and burning it.
nah, look, I'm not, look, close game. OKC is one of the top teams, the top team in the West. So look, I'm taking some positives out of it. It sucks again. It sucks again losing like this. We lost against the Spurs, now losing again like this to OKC. It sucks, but we're still playing really well. We're still playing really well. We got the 4th seed. We're still in my opinion, we're still good.
Yeah, we're still in
We're
a good spot.
still good. So let's cheer up, guys. I know it
Yeah.
sucks to get this L tonight, but on to the next one.
On to the next. We're doing a live stream tomorrow at 9:30. The Knicks Nation podcast. I think it's episode 42, Chris? 42 or 43? One of them.
I believe so. 42,
Yeah.
42.
Episode 42 will be tomorrow. We will be talking about everything. Injuries, Brunson's play, NBA refs, everything. Bench play, everything. Hope to see you guys in there. And yeah, until tomorrow. We out of here. I'm Anthony.
I'm Chris.
Peace.
Peace.